Hello everyone, and today we got a pretty exciting video. Obviously, as you can see here, we have a custom spur gear cover. This was done in partnership with PCBWay, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And I got some Type 1 lower arms for the rear, which I'm going to throw on back, which I'm super excited for. Also got some upper arms. I believe these are Type 2 for the front. We'll put those on as well, and then these will allow me to mess with caster, which I think I'm going to try out. I think I want to bump down to a 10-degree caster instead of being at 12-degree. And then we also got this custom fan cover as well that we're going to be doing by PCBWay. And yeah, super excited. I have put some other stuff on too, since we have this part right here, this kind of brace that I put on. Pretty cool. And then we also have obviously this fan horn by Overdose that was put on as well. So, getting into it, I'm going to talk a little bit about PCBWay real quick, which is where I got the Spurg from, and which is where I got this from. These are both of my own design, and we'll be back in a sec. So, once we get onto the PCBWay website, PCBWay.com, it's pretty easy to set up your own parts or whatever you need. Obviously, I'm going to be highlighting the CNC portion, as that is what I did for my parts, but they also offer 3D printing as well as PCB building, which is pretty cool. So going into this section up here, you can see the CNC stuff. We're going to go into CNC machining, and then we can take any part we made and drag it in. So I'm going to do the fan mount that I made, and you can see that right there in the corner. You can kind of view it and whatnot if you wanted to. And then scrolling down, you have all your options that you can pick to make sure your part is up to the spec that you want it up to. So obviously you could pick the different material you got. So I did the aluminum, and then you can also pick a finish, and I did the red anodizing finish. So I'm going to pick the red anodizing finish again. And, there's more options here too for tolerances, roughness, threads, all that good stuff. So if you guys are looking to get something CNC machined, 3D printed, or PCBs, PCBWay does have an amazing system, really easy to use. And if you guys are looking to get into it, you can click the link in the description. And I would like to give PCBWay a big thank you for sponsoring this video. So while that ad was playing, I did go ahead and install this, which it looks absolutely amazing on there. I think this does cover up the design a bit. Yeah, you get 110 lick if you have this over, but this looks absolutely awesome. Just in love with how it turned out, and these both were my own design as well. So I designed these in CAD and then went through PBCWay to get these cut out. And I am super happy with how they turned out. And if you guys are maybe interested, if this is something you guys want, I could get a bunch more of these made and probably sell them off or do a giveaway or something or whatever. And that's not something I'd be opposed to doing. I could do more of these or whatever in purple, blue, black, whatever color. And I could probably also change up the design too. Maybe make this a bit different of a design or this a bit different of a design. A bunch of options that we got, but super, super happy with how this turned out. And I think now we're going to go and get into the lower arms and the rear, and then we're going to go ahead and do the front arms last. So unfortunately, these rear arms, well, they fit, they don't fit. I would have to change a bunch of stuff about the car to kind of make them work. Like I'd have to get longer drive shafts. I'd have to redo my links here for the camber, and I'd have to change my offsets as well in the rear just because of how long these are. I believe they add an extra 6 millimeters. I didn't know that when I bought them. So it's kind of unfortunate. Do have to skip out on these. I recorded everything, and once I got it all together, I was like, oh, it doesn't work. So scrapped. But yeah, we'll do these upper arms then in the front. Get those all ready. Get those all situated. Now, I think these do have smaller spacers than what the factory is currently. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 millimeter factory spacers in just to keep the 12 caster, just so everything stays consistent. And then maybe later at the track, probably on my own time, I'll set this back to these spacers or whatever is 10 degrees and kind of mess with it from there. Alrighty, got the upper arms on, and they are looking really good. I kind of tried to line them up as best as I could with the length of the old ones. and they seem to be about in the same spot, which is nice. I'll have to play around with it slightly, but I think due to this video being a lot shorter because of these not working, I think I might end up actually messing with caster in this video. So I'm gonna go ahead, head to the track Friday. I'm gonna try out the car with where it's at right now, and then I'm gonna bring it down to 10 degrees of caster, make the adjustments where I want to make the adjustments, and then try from there. And I'll kind of do that live reaction style that I usually do. But it's getting late. My phone's dying. I want to get to bed. So I'm going to clean up, and then I'll see you guys at the track on Friday. So I was about to head out the door to Casa Drift in a little bit, and this bad boy came in. So that's pretty sweet. We're going to obviously go ahead and install that. I have the black one on here right now. Get the red one on there. We'll see kind of how it matches up with this. I'll show you guys, obviously. I think it's going to look pretty solid. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and install this real quick, and then we'll head to the track. I do want to say I have changed my alignment slightly. Not my caster, which we are still going to be testing, but just changed around things with the steering rack and spacers here and whatnot. And the whole goal with the change that I made was to try to get more angle at the trail wheel at full lock, which I did. Car feels a lot better when throwing backies and whatnot, so that's cool. But overall, the car still feels the same. I just want to make that clear before we go ahead and do caster testing. And also kind of as a reminder to take measurements on what I got right now so I know what we're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on. Gonna go Casa, gonna showcase 12 or stock, and then I'm gonna bump it down to 10, see how that feels, and then go from there. Here we are at Casa Drift with the new spur holder on, as well as that awesome spur cover that I designed and that was manufactured through PCBWay. It's looking really cool. Now let's get to some testing. So my microphone decided it wanted to take a vacation, and for the next two clips did not work, so I am doing a voiceover at the moment. But right now I'm just showcasing the current setup with 12 degrees of caster, just normally how the car drives, just kind of showing you guys what I feel. And I mean, with 12 degrees, which is what I normally run, the car feels normal to me, you know, nothing too crazy going on. I'm just kind of getting used to the car in this clip as well, because these are my first couple laps of the day. And yeah, so car just, you know, driving normal, feels normal to me. Nothing wild going on. Don't really know what else to say. I wish I could remember what I said during this clip, but unfortunately I don't. But I'll probably go ahead and cut this one a little bit early, and then we'll go ahead and I'll get my other voiceover going for the 10 degrees. And I'm going to try to remember what I said, but we'll see how that goes. Here we are doing the 10 degrees, and shout out Mason for getting the Go to Clips, No Good RC on Instagram. He helped me record today, so pretty cool. But here with 10 degrees, I do remember saying that the car did feel more unstable, and that was kind of about it. So if you don't know, from what I remember, changing caster going down creates more instability in the chassis, but creates quicker transition speeds. And I could definitely feel the instability part, but I didn't really feel the transition speed part. Now that could be due to the fact like the gyro and servo tuning just dampening the transition speed, which is 100% possible. So just overall, just based on what I was feeling, with really all I was feeling was more instability, I was like, you know what, I might as well just stick to 12 degrees. Feels more stable to me, like I said. And I have SDC coming up later this week, so might as well stick to what I know so I can perform the best for that. I did, you know, mess with toe and camber a little bit just to try to get that at the best spot possible as well, to give the 10 degrees a proper chance. But honestly, like I said, all I felt was a difference in stability, as in which it was more unstable, so I was like, not for me. So I did end up switching back to the 12 degrees, and it did feel a lot better to me. But I think I will give the 10 degrees another try after SDC round 6. And, you know, put some more hours into it rather than like 15 minutes to kind of dial it in even further. And, you know, maybe mess with the servo and gyro tune. And maybe I can get that quicker transition while still keeping that stability, you know, once I, you know, put the time and effort into it. But for now, we're going to leave it at that 12 degrees, which is what I am comfortable with. And we'll go ahead and head on to the final clip and kind of talk about my findings and just the video overall in that clip. And we are back from the track. All the testing done, everything going good. I don't remember if I showed you guys this, but I did put the fan cover on this side, and just to kind of hide the wiring, as well as it'll allows me to run the weld one still in the center. And this kind of looks cool here. You know, chassis sitting. You know, you can kind of see my stuff I got going on here. So that's super cool to me. As for caster testing, as I mentioned, we are sticking to 12 degrees. It just feels the most comfortable to me with this chassis. I don't know. That's just what I like. That's how I like how it feels. Maybe after SDC round 6, I'll experiment more with 10, kind of give some more time and hours into dialing in the 10, see how that feels. But yeah, if you guys are looking to get your own aluminum CNC parts or maybe PCB parts or 3D printed parts, PCB way, link in description. I can get you guys hooked up with that. And if you guys are specifically looking for this spur cover or maybe a fan cover from me, if you guys want, I can make more of these and sell them off. I wouldn't mind doing that. I would laser engrave them too and number them and all that fancy stuff. So if that's something that interests you guys, let me know. I'll go ahead and get more of them made. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I really want to see more spur cover options, more fan cover options, just kind of like pretty part options just in general. And I think that's something I plan on pursuing relatively soon. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. Let me know about any questions you have or any comments or anything. Always enjoy reading all the comments. And hope you guys have a great day.